it's over.
That offensive line is awful. Kansas City can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. It looks like a dang disaster.
What they're going through right now is the reality, and nobody's scared anymore.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, ESPN News, Sirius XM Channel 80, your smart speakers, wherever you get your podcasts, wherever there's communication anywhere in the universe. All right, we've talked a lot this year about what's going on with the Chiefs.
I'm sorry, every time I see Patrick Mahomes hit his neck, I just hold my neck. Why are you? I do not need chapstick. I'm fine.
I was asking if you wanted something.
No, I don't share chapstick. That's disgusting. What?
I mean, if you offer someone chapstick on camera, you're kind of saying they need it.
Yes.
No, I thought
he's referring to my lips. See, that's what he does.
We don't talk about lips. We leave that alone.
Oh, jeez. Stop.
You brought attention to it.
Yeah, you're the one holding out the chapstick. Like, here, you need some.
You didn't offer me any. My lips are not so great.
And I didn't say that like this.
Well, what do you want me to do? Swipe it with my finger? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
You're not going to wipe that
In the
off
middle
before
of a
you put that
pandemic.
back. See, I can't.
You use other
I'm a germaphobe.
You didn't use other people's deodorant at Duke?
What?
When they put
The spray?
deodorant?
Yeah, the spray. Tss, tss.
You know you use the
I don't
stick,
use
too.
the roll. No. That's where you know your ass has used it. That's why.
You said what?
He's telling on himself a little bit, Jay.
Yeah. You
Who,
definitely
me?
used other people's roll-on in college.
I'm sure I probably did.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't do
Okay,
that.
I probably did though, but
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to the public.
I'm not lying to the public.
But even that's
I
better.
used the
Chapstick is
spray-on
too,
joint in
you know,
college,
it's
man.
around the mouth.
The right. Tss, tss. What?
You
All
like
right.
making that sound effect. That's the second time you went to
well,
it. Yeah.
because I'm reiterating a point to
I know
Keyshawn.
Jay's lying because I've been in college locker rooms and dorms and all over the place. Yes, he's lying. It's okay though. I'm gonna let him get away with
sharing
this one.
chapstick. Nasty.
And you've shared chapstick before.
I have never shared chapstick with you.
You know, Jay, you
Not
could
with
see it
me,
a different
not with
way.
anybody.
Lies, and more lies.
So when
Yates,
we
stop yelling, Yates.
so here's what I'm gonna say with your
lies.
handsome devil of a self.
Thank you.
are.
Thank you.
So when we had makeup artists here,
Yes.
and
They put it on a Q-tip.
it's shit.
Nope. They put it on a Q-tip.
It's
Bop, bop. You apply. You throw the Q-tip away. You don't take it, swipe it with your finger. I'm a germaphobe. I don't do that.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Mr. Columbia. Is that not sharing?
Oh,
Well, but it's
he's
not
getting
what he's talking about is the spreading of
no,
germs.
That's not what I
Yes,
said.
it is sharing
That's
from.
it.
It is
It's
sharing chapstick. Yes.
Thank you,
Victoria.
Let's move the show along.
Don't air horn his invalid points,
Jay,
Yates.
there's something that you're missing here. There's something that you're missing.
A lawyer.
So annoying.
Do you see? It's like a bonding thing with
Crush this
Key.
dude.
He's saying he would share that with you, like it's all in the family type thing. That's the thing you're missing. It's kind of a sweet gesture.
So you're saying
in a way.
I should be appreciative
and then,
of the fact
and
that
then,
we're building.
Yeah,
bond building.
yeah.
Okay.
There's another way to look at it. You don't have to be like, oh, you're nasty. You could be like,
Well-
you know what, I'm good because, whatever was COVID, whatever there is,
No, I thought he wanted some. I thought he was saying give him some chapstick. I really
It's
did.
full of a damn lie, man. Hey, Max, we were sitting here the whole time. You know how Q Messi just holding out the chapstick like, hey, you need some? Hey, you need some?
Off air, I thought he said he wanted some chapstick.
You thought I said. I would just say, hey, can I borrow some chapstick?
You know
How
who,
would you think I said
needs
something?
some chapstick or some terrible transition like that? The Kansas City Chiefs.
But
Look,
that's not really what I was saying. I'll let you know during the break what I was saying. Let's
I
move
want
the show
I
along.
want to get to this so we can do it before the
What's
commercial.
wrong with you,
The Chiefs, we've talked a lot about how they don't look the same this year, right? They have a 43% chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN's FPI at this moment. That's behind, let me just tell you who has a better chance according to FBI to make the playoffs than the Chiefs. The Colts, the Browns, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Titans, and the Bills in the AFC. So that led Michael Irvin to say this yesterday on First Take.
Every game you go in, they're still going to say, well, these are the Super Bowl. They went back-to-back Super Bowls. That's what we're playing. So now you got to match that intensity when you have all the doubt that you have. I remember Dion coming in that room one day when we were talking. We had just lost another game. And he's like, Michael, we got to do something about it. I looked at him. I said, time. It's over. The dynasty is over. That dynasty right now, as we know it, the Kansas City Chiefs, it's over. They will not get to the playoffs this year.
How was it ever a dynasty, though? It never was a dynasty. You got to win multiple Super Bowls for it to be a dynasty. You can't just go to a Super Bowl. Do we ever talk about the Buffalo Bills that went to 4 Super Bowls and didn't win one? Do we ever say that it's a dynasty?
If they would have won
the
one of them,
Dallas Cowboys are a dynasty.
The Bulls were a dynasty.
The San Francisco 49ers were a dynasty. The Chicago Bulls, the LA Lakers, the Boston Celtics, the New York Yankees, those are dynasties. When you show up at the Super Bowl and don't win and go to an AFC championship game and don't advance, the New England Patriots were dynasties. So I don't know.
What about this, Keith?
I get it. I get what we wanted to do.
Hold on, time out. What about this?
But it's not a dynasty.
What about this? What if you were to say
James?
What if you were to say an AFC dynasty? In other words,
nobody says
they're
that,
running
though.
the
No,
AFC.
but
we don't talk about
does
dynasties that way.
We don't
you know what,
do
Max,
that.
I think happens here is at the beginning of the year, everybody kept talking about, oh, this is a dynasty. They could win it. And you start naturally thinking that, even though it hasn't been the case.
Yeah, that's not a dynasty, though, dog. It's like I played on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFC South dynasty. Because we were going to the play. Like, no, it doesn't. Could we have been a dynasty? Absolutely.
Well,
100%.
let's get
I
more
think
into
people
dynasty.
think it's a dynasty because of all the championships they were given before they won them. Like, that's why people are saying the dynasty is over. It's because they're saying they're not going to win these championships that they were given 2 years ago.
These things are in
Can't
flux,
give
and a lot of it.
something
But
just-
people did. People started listing, they're
But that
going to win
doesn't mean
5
that
of
it's
the next
actually
8.
given.
And now people are going back on that, saying they're not going to win 5 of the next 8. So they're saying that dynasty, the
Well, that's
made-up
what I'm
dynasty, the
That's what I'm
dynasty
saying,
that
though,
we
Evan.
projected is over.
A lot of
It's like
these.
inception. It's something that's been planted in people's minds,
Yeah.
and they take that as reality
Yes.
when it's actually not been the case.
Yes.
Yes.
But I think I tried to warn everybody how difficult it was
My first
to
air
win
horn.
a championship. One. You remember, Jason. JD, you remember.
What?
But let's say, because a lot of this is perception, and when you're in the midst of it, it's hard to tell what's happening in the long run. Let's say they don't even make the playoffs this year, or they make it but they don't win a game, and then next year they do a little something but they don't. But then the year after they win the Super Bowl,
Still not a dynasty.
Wait a minute, and the year after they get to an AFC Championship
No.
game,
No.
I would
No.
say,
No.
hold on, I would say if you take a 7-8 year period. Like Tom Brady and the New England Patriots had a dynasty for 20 years. There were many years where they didn't get to the Super Bowl or they didn't win the Super Bowl.
Well,
There
I
were
don't know what
stretches
many years they had where they didn't get to the Super Bowl.
where they didn't win the Super Bowl.
But but in that 20 years,
they sandwiched it with Super Bowls.
They go, they lose, they go run 2, they win 1, lose 1, then they go win 2. Then
but sometimes they don't
knocked.
get there at all.
Yeah, but Max, you're talking about 2 Super Bowls over 5 years, 3 Super Bowls over 6 years. That's a dynasty.
Yeah. What I'm
This
saying
is
is,
one
let's
Super
say
Bowl.
the Chiefs wind up in a 6-8 year period with Patrick Mahomes as the quarterback, Andy Reid as the coach, right? So you have the nucleus, some of the same pieces. They win 2 Super Bowls. They wind up going to 4. They wind up in 6 AFC championship games. To me,
I get what you're
in
doing.
dynasty range.
Yeah, I get what you're doing. Evan and I were just talking. So Mike pretty much said that the dynasty is over because that's what you think this is a dynasty, right? Moving forward because of the potential for them to win more Super Bowls. And you're saying that it's still open-ended that they can still form one. That's what you're arguing.
In other words, sometimes when you're in the middle
Or
of it,
conversating.
Key Jay, when you're in the middle of it, it's hard to see. Are these dots going to be connected eventually with another Super Bowl, another little run, 2 or 3 AFC championship games over 4 or 5 years? Is this whole period going to be connected with the same quarterback, same coach? Then you can call it a dynasty.
It's going to be in the next 4 years. You won't even recognize the Kansas City Chiefs, other than maybe Patrick Mahomes. In the next 4 years, you won't even recognize them in the next 4 years.
You think they'll get back to a Super Bowl in the next 4 years?
They might get to the Super Bowl this year. I don't know. But I'm not foolish enough to jump out on the edge of the Brooklyn Bridge and jump in the water with the rest of you fools, as I told Jay, and at the time I think Zubin was working with us, or maybe Allen. No, it was Zubin early on, about how hard it is to win 1 Super Bowl, let alone a string of them to put you in a dynasty category. As I've always said, Evan and Jay, we on this show before, people act like Super Bowls are M&Ms. They just in a bowl and you can just grab it. doesn't
Don't
work like
way.
that.
So, Key, in college, my 3-year record was 95-13. We lost in Sweet 16 my freshman year, my junior year. Lost to the team that lost in the national championship game. We won the championship my sophomore year. We won the ACC every year and the ACC tournament. I still wouldn't consider that to be a dynasty.
No, you won
I
one
wouldn't consider that to be a
championship.
dynasty. You got to win multiple championships.
You won one championship.
Yes.
If you had won 3,
Now
then
you're
I'd
talking.
be like, oh yeah. But Duke's program
yes,
is a dynasty. Is a dynasty.
Yes.
And it's nothing. It's just that I